My dear fellow seekers after truth, today we are going to delve upon an important topic of sins and diseases. It is, in fact, the deep human insight and admirable penetrating psychology that is at the basis of the hell and retribution ideas in the Puranic Hindu religion. The diseases that we suffer from, the births we get here on earth are all products of actions done by us in previous times. Every action has its reaction, and no action goes unrewarded in a suitable manner. Evil actions do not go without their bitter effects upon the doer. Hells are not an imaginary fiction as ordinarily conceived by the modern rationalistic mind. The empiricist believes only in experience of sense contact and feels himself unable to rise above the dictates of the intellect. But it doesn't mean that man has reason to overlook facts beyond his comprehension. We have no right to assert that this globe of earth is the most concrete reality and that others are mere apparitions. The stars do not become mere spots with a twinkling light in the sky merely for the reason that we perceive them to be so. If we have not seen America, we have no right to deny the existence of such a country. There are evidences, both intuitional and rational, for us to accept the existence of the worlds beyond, which are entirely different both in nature and size. This universe is a gradual revelation of the infinite absolute in various degrees of consciousness, which is inclusive of every sort of life and experience. The infinite is a great wonder, and we cannot see what things are thriving in its womb. We and our world are but one among the many in it. There are many families in infinity and earth, hell, heaven, men, animals, gods, devils, are all its children with varying temperaments. The absolute ranges from lowest matter to pure bliss, and between these exists the countless universe with their contents. They differ both in their individual nature and in the nature of their contents. It is said that beings take birth in one or the other of these worlds in accordance with their actions, which bear fruits of a kind that can be reaped only in that particular world. Only fire can give heat and only food can appease hunger. Even so, only a particular condition and environment can enable us to reap the fruits of specific actions. Though punishments need not necessarily be due to the wrath of any personal divine being, it can be asserted that it is necessary by the very law of nature that the soul should manifest itself with a body suited for its experience, determined by its past actions. As such, it is not unreasonable that variety in the nature of worlds should be real. We have to remember that the real is unseen. Hells, therefore, are as much real worlds as the regions of Indra or this mortal earth of ours. They are regions with difference only in the subtlety of the plane of their manifestation. They differ in the degree of the state of consciousness revealed through them. The sufferings inflicted on the sinners as enumerated hereunder may be taken to mean either an actual birth in such regions or an experience of suffering equal to that enumerated herein in any other state of existence, or a life on earth with such entanglements where one will undergo such pains either directly or through the agency of others. The greatest of saints of modern India, Sri Swami Shivananda Maharaj, our beloved and worshipful Gurudev, in his book called Karmas and Diseases, has beautifully explained what actions lead to what diseases, which we are going to discuss now. Who insults others, breaks promises, causes great disappointment to another, deprives one of his property and disgraces others in public, gets mental agony and pain. Who plucks up or blocks up the hole of rat or a snake, who catches fish and causes them die by suffocation, who stifles the life of any creature, gets asthma, lung disease, pleurisy, bronchitis, severe pneumonia, etc. Who kills or injures another by means of poisoned instruments, suffers from scorpion sting and snake bites. Who oppresses others and keeps them in permanent slavery by excessive vanity and pride, gets elephantiasis. He who is a miser and moneylender, who ruins, impoverishes and drives his debtors to starvation through rack renting and abnormal interest, suffers from consumption. He who indulges with prostitutes, commits adultery and leads an impure life, gets leprosy. He who is proud of his physical strength and misuses his power in oppressing and fighting with others suffers from epilepsy. He who casts lustful look on women, who eyes others' property, whose heart burns at others' well-being, who visits Nazi parties, gets permanent eye disease. He who sets fire to a house and causes others death gets erysipelas and fatal hot boils. He who poisons others with irritating, fiery and corrosive foods, who adds lime in rice and serves in hotels, who adds water to milk and sells it for a high price, passing it for pure milk, gets colic and gastritis. He who is hypocritic, who under the guise of goodness and virtue continuously torments others with petty tyranny, who constantly ill-treats, beats and deals harshly with little children gets bad itches and skin diseases. He indulges in gossip, who likes to hear about abusing others and insulting others, who hears obscene songs in dancing shows, etc., gets ear sore and painful humming sound in the ears and suffers from ear inflammation. Sons who disobey their fathers and drag them to the court get leukoderma and loss of vision. Liars and advocates who twist truth and falsehood in court cases get color blindness. Saints reduce dance, squint eye, and cataract are born with a deformed body and afflicted with loss of memory. Scientists who invent destructive fire bombs and those who drop them on the innocent public get multiplicity of dangerous incurable diseases. Being born as insects will live in the hollow of trees, and when the trees are cut and logs used for firewood will be cruelly burned to ashes in successive births. Cruel doctors who ill-treat patients and give worthless medicines charging high rates, who inject aqua and charge high fees, are born as women and have womb diseases. Their conceptions and delivery will be attended by severe complication, pain, and will mostly result in abortion. Sannyasins who falsely pose to be siddhas and cheat the people of the world will be suddenly overcome by impotency in the prime of their youth and will suffer terrible disappointment while eagerly hoping to enjoy pleasures. He who drinks intoxicants and liquors and indulge in immoral acts will be born as weaklings, underdeveloped, or premature birth and suffer from neurasthenia and general debility. He who deprives dumb animals of their food and drink and beat innocent animals like cows, bulls, etc., gets pyorrhea, loss of their teeth, and gets ulcers in the throat. He who tortures people in prisons will be born cripples and paralytic and will suffer from chronic nervous pains and rheumatic troubles. He who blaspheme the Supreme Lord, speak ill of saints and scriptures, get cancer in the tongue and become dumb. Dacoits who rob people of their positions and shoot poor people will be victims to every visiting epidemic and will suffer every time from severe relapses and complications. He who burns sacred books and destroy spiritual literature get gastric ulcers and cancer. A twice born who casts away his thread, doesn't keep tuft, and doesn't perform Sandhya Vandan gets impotence and fits of insanity. Capitalists who extract forced labor from workers and pay them very low wages in factories suffer from asthma, great suffocation, and tumor in the brain with unbearable pain, and will also become subject to gout, rheumatism, lumbago, and hunchback. He who deceives the masses through bogus concerns get chronic diarrhea and dyspepsia and disease of spleen with anemia and malnutrition. He who sells stale vegetables and fruits, spoiled wheat and rice for a high price by making them appear fresh, gets falling of hair, leukoderma, carious teeth, and cataract. Profiteers and black marketeers usually get incurable obesity, elephantiasis, and tumor in the stomach. Backbiters, talebearers, and treacherous people get boil on the head and shoulders, and internal abscesses, eczema on the back, etc. He who refuses food to hungry guests at the door gets pyorrhea and stomach ulcer. Officers who oppress subordinates, clerks, and peons by extracting illegal works from them and fining them unnecessarily get chronic oppressive headache, high blood pressure with acute giddiness. Officers who misuse public money and produce false vouchers get dropsy and septic fevers. Husbands who beat their wives and parents who beat their children without understanding get angina pectoris or heart pains, chronic tooth pain, and nephritis. Servants who pretend to work and thus ruin their masters get paralysis and trembling of limbs and palpitation. Brahmins who deceive people at holy places of pilgrimage and as worshippers in renowned temples by demanding money, cloth, and food materials in the name of God get extreme bilious diseases, vomiting and chronic diarrhea and blindness. Parents who tyrannize and worry their children of a spiritual bent and force them to lead a worldly life get acute diseases of the respiratory system, diphtheria, pleurisy, pneumonia, etc. There are hundreds and thousands of such punishments which cannot be easily described here. These are some instances of human suffering and due to transgression of law. Those who control their senses, who lead the path of renunciation, who absorb themselves in divine meditation, who are good, kind, and generous, who care not for the sensuous earth, who are intent on supreme emancipation, are liberated beyond embodiment. Virtuous people get the joyous heaven for the enjoyment. Others fall into one or the other of the hells and sufferings in case they are not born again on this earth plane. Hari Om Tat Sat. Prayer to Lord Jagannath by His Holiness Sri Swami Shivananda Maharaj. O Lord, who dwells in Puri, who was dear to Jayadev, the author of the Gita Govind, who dwells in one of the four dhams, silent adorations unto Thee. Thou art the glorious Vishnu, Thou art the sole refuge of mortals, Thou residest in the heart of all beings. Thy grace is invincible. Thou art the meaning of the Vedas. Thou art all in all. Thy name has saved me. I have obtained Thy grace. I have cut off my bonds. Hail Jagannath, hail grace. Om Namah Keshavaya.